everyone, I am excited to show you this new book that I have been sent. It is the Little Books Art Therapy series. I have got another book in this series. Oh yes, it's called Fluff. I call it Fluff Balls, but it's called Hair Balls. The direct translation is. This one's a little bit easier, Animals of the Forest. So that's good. Not always easy with the French, but there we go. So it's a small sized book. I will demonstrate. I happen to have a tin of pencils here. You can see the length. So that's the length of a pencil, effectively the length of that tin. So you can see it's a slightly smaller size book compared to, say, oops, I happen to have Twilight Garden here. As you can see, it doesn't even fit in the, I've zoomed in. Yeah, so it's a bit smaller. I could measure it, but I don't have a ruler. And sometimes I think it's nice to see it, you know, compared with other things. So it's a sort of more pocket-sized book, which I think is fun. It says there's 100 motifs to colour, original illustrations. Yeah, we'll I'll pretend that one isn't there because I don't know what that means. Now, is that going to fit in shot? Just about. Sorry, so we have a slightly, it feels like a shiny paper, but it doesn't reflect the light apart from the gold, which is quite cool. Yeah, it's textured so that it's, you know, it's going to protect the book. And we've got, so I'll just read you what it says on the back. No, I won't. It's in French. I'm not going to embarrass myself and make you cringe by trying some more French. So we'll just go through. So it tells us the name of the illustrator, which is Caroline Aellen, I'm thinking. Now, interestingly, the other book I have in this series is a different illustrator, but the paper was really lovely. So I'm interested to see. Yeah, it's thick. It's much thicker than you would expect from a colouring book, to be honest. It's a very good quality thick paper, fairly smooth. So we have lots of information that I can't read. So I'm not going to attempt to read it, and some information about our illustrator with some very pretty butterflies and florals. So let's actually look at the pictures, shall we? Oh, so we have a cute little fox to start with asleep. That's a really pretty little picture. Some of the details are very teeny, but I think that's okay. It's sometimes nice to have a balance of smaller and larger pictures. Now, whether that happens or not in here, we'll wait and see, won't we? We have some smaller details here in the grass, but you don't need to, you know, just a little dab of colour. You don't need to worry too much about those. And we've got a lovely, I love these details. Pretty trees and our stag, I'm assuming. Now this one, I'm going to have to be doing animal identification, so bear with me. I'm guessing raccoon. It could be a red panda, but because it's got these sort of blank bits, I'm thinking raccoon stripes, but I'm not an expert. We don't get them in this country. So there's some pretty insects on that one too. Now this I know is a snake. You know I'm not a fan. I'm going to turn over quickly, and I will colour it if I get to finish the book, because I don't like you know, leaving a page unfinished, but it won't be my first choice. Sometimes when I'm doing buddy colours, if a buddy picks a snake page, and I just have to do it, and that's probably a good thing. What I find interesting in this picture is there are things hidden in the tree. So there's a camera. Oh, is it in shot? Yes. And there's a bird, but there's a book and a squirrel and a birdhouse and a raccoon and another bird. We have a little candle there and a fox at the bottom, so that's rather fun. This one's rather nice with the frame. I quite like that in a picture. Sometimes it just, you know, it's a bit different, and I like it. It saves you doing so much background. If you're a bit scared of background, you've got this bit and this bit, and then, you know, here you don't have to worry about all this, but you can if you want. I mean, not worry, but you can do it. Never worry. So what do we have here? We have a bear. Look, it's got little stars. I'm thinking, is that I was going to say polar bear. We've got a swan, water, and a gecko or a lizard. And he's got a squirrel on his back. So I'm thinking probably a brown bear. Not a polar bear. Rather cute though. This one's interesting. We've just got a little symmetrical spread with grasshoppers. I like that. That looks quite Johanna Basford-esque, I have to say. I can see the butterfly from Irene Inky Butterfly in that one, so that's rather fun. Some lovely mushrooms, little mice. That's rather fun. I do like mushrooms. It's a good one. And this one is a bit like the design at the beginning, just butterflies and plants. I think that's rather fun. We have a deer and a squirrel. It's nice, but we've got a nice border as well on this one. So you've got a floral border and then your forest in the middle, whereas this one is more just a scene. So we have a heron. I think it could be a stork. You see, they look so similar. But I saw a heron the other day by the canal. Hare. I'm thinking long ears. Some sort of cat. Maybe a fox because of the tail. But that's fun. And the owl. That's nice. Now this one is a giant panda, isn't it? So we've got all these cherry blossoms fans and different various clues as to the fact that it's from Asia, and a sort of ginger jar and things like that. That's rather fun. The only thing with this one is it's rather into the spine here. I don't think I want to break the spine of the book, so you know, I might have to just leave a bit uncoloured, but you know, that happens in a lot of books. They have a really lovely selection of florals in this one with a cute little bunny. I like that one. It's very sweet. There's a lot of sky, but you could always just swoosh over it with a pastel. You don't have to do anything too fancy. Oh, this one's not. Oh, look at him. His eye is a bit starey, I have to say. But once it's coloured, you can always alter that. But of course, I'm drawn to the berries. You know me, lovely berries. And the florals, I like the simplicity of that one as well. It's rather fun. And this one, what do you have there? I'm thinking, is it just a cat or is it a wild cat? I'm thinking maybe it is just a cat. You know, a domestic cat. But look at the tail. Not sure. Guess it doesn't matter. There's more berries in this picture for me. And we have bees and honeycomb. That's nice. And the florals. Kingfishers, I'm thinking probably could be kookaburras, but I've seen a kookaburra. Yeah, I've been to Australia, I'm very lucky. And with nice flowers there. Little baby fox cubs, very cute. We've got more trees. A lot of trees in the picture. Obviously it's a foresty one. I do like colouring tree trunks, so that suits me down to the ground. I think this could be, no, it's not a double. I'm looking, it doesn't carry on through. This one's much closer actually. If you look, the trunks are much wider, so this is not the same, but we've got lovely and we've got water. Now I'm being silly, it's not a double at all, but you could do the colours to match though if you wanted to sort of try and pair it up, because actually these bushes line up but the trees don't. Yeah, it's up to you, isn't it? Oh, a pair of bunnies. It's rather cute. And butterflies. And spider. I know some people aren't fans of spiders. I don't mind. Key. My husband doesn't like them though. He doesn't like me showing him pictures of spiders even. Oh, we have a buried treasure. But what? I guess these are coins. Yeah, fish. But we've got above and below, which is really fun. I like that. It's good. It's really interesting and different as well. Not something we get in a lot of colouring pages. And we have, it's winter. So we have a cheetah, I'm thinking. Elk? Moose? Moose, maybe. Oh dear. And now there's a owl. But look, this is very interesting. We've even got a rocket behind. That's really different. I've never seen anything like that. That's going to be really interesting to colour. And we have a butterfly. But again, we have a sort of border, but pretty florals around there. Like that. Now we have another cub. Mummy, maybe, or daddy. And we have lots of water to colour. Oh, a bicycle. And a guitar. But no person. Maybe you wouldn't want to be around. I don't know. Oh, and we have a lovely selection of birds. You could do them all the same or in different colours. Little candle there. Oh, a flowery squirrel. The pointy tufty ears is a red squirrel. So you could colour the florals as red like the squirrel, or you could just do something completely different to stand out. So that would be interesting to have a little think about, and whether you do them the same as these, or don't know, lots of things to think about there. And we have, I'm thinking beetles, but with florals on. That's interesting. Again, a bit Johanna Basford-y to have floral beetles, but then she does all the floral stuff, doesn't she? So there we go. We just have a simpler one, well-ish, because this bit's fairly simple, fox and tree, but we have florals here to frame the bottom, which is pretty. Oh, now I don't know exactly what type of animal this would be. Obviously some sort of, it's a baby, some sort of ape family, monkey or something, I guess. But this calls for tropical floral colours, I would think. Now, a cat, but look at these balloons. I think this, look at the tufty ears. There's some wild cats that have this sort of tufty ear going on, so I'm assuming that's what that is. And this one, yeah, the shape of a leaf. It looks a bit like a maple, but you Canadians will go, no, no, no. With our scene cut into it, I think that's really interesting. Now we have I think stork. The legs look like a heron, but I don't. But we've got a red panda, a chameleon. Oops, sorry, maybe a sloth there. So I'm thinking maybe that's more likely to be a stork, but there are some things hidden in the picture. Can you see them? We have a book, a cup of tea, well, might be coffee, but there's a teapot. So maybe because it's tea, it's a stork. That's what I'm thinking. There's bamboo. So that's, and this we have, I'm thinking it's warthog. Look how cute. Look at that one. Too cute. So I'm sure this is definitely the same paper as in the other book, just to confirm as I'm turning the pages and thinking about it. We have a hare, little fluffy mouse, probably, some foxgloves and things. This is another symmetrical design with the koalas. They always look so cute. Apparently they're vicious. No, never seen one of those. I went to the wrong part of Australia. I think they had them in the zoo, but I didn't go to the zoo. Just a mix. I'm not sure what these are, but I'm thinking I might just do them as sort of faceted gemstones or jewels. That one looks like it might be a jewel, so I think that will be a sort of interesting way to do them, really. And they would sort of stand out and bright. Yeah. Look at the bear with the honeycomb. It's a really interesting idea. Now we have a wolf, I'm thinking, with a floral back. Who's got lots of trees, lots of, I'm thinking moss or lichen. Don't know. Oh, that is just cute. Just so cute. Now we have stoat weasel ferret. One of those. But lovely mushrooms behind. That's nice. And this one is a slightly different style in the sense that it looks a little bit simpler. There's less detail, so it gives you more scope for your own imagination, I think. But we've got a nice frame, cute frogs. I like frogs. I think they're cute anyway, most of them. Now, leopard or cheetah? Don't know. A suitcase, a glass, a hat. I'm thinking an ice cream. Are these hidden objects supposed to be a little bit Kirby-esque? Maybe there are other artists that do that too. It's interesting, but not all the pictures are like that. Obviously this one is different. Of course that could also be a pine marten. Owl. This raccoon, I'm thinking. Cute little toadstools. Now we have, what's that, a orangutan? I want to say? I don't know, I'm not that good. But I'm thinking one of those ones that are sort of gingery. Maybe. Anyway, no matter. Badger. I can do that one. Oh, we're sort of going back and forth all over the world, aren't we? We're not really sticking in one country. It's a koala. And here we have all sorts of hidden items again. So it's like a little treasure hunt as well, which is and you get things that are a little bit different to colour if you want to do something like cake, you know. So looks nice. Now we have a little one peeping, a pheasant, hedgehog. Looks like we're in the UK. Snail, rabbit, deer. We don't get bears though. We used to, fox, but they're extinct here. I think that's probably a good thing, really. I don't know. These are cute, aren't they? More sort of monkey type little things. Ooh, pair of fish. And we're actually underwater in this one. And what you can do to cheat with underwater is you can colour your picture and then get a pastel, blue pastel, and then some white lines of gel pen for like, and then you're done. But I may or may not. It depends how it goes. Sometimes it's tempting to just colour all this in colour and do this bit in blue. But if you're looking through the water, there'd be water in front of everything. But then it sort of interferes with the colours that you've already done. So you have to decide. Or if you've done a really thick colour, it resists the pastel anyway when you put it over. Anyway, I think about it when I do it. This is a lemur. I was wondering if we're going to get any lemurs. This ringtail lemur, isn't it? It's because there's a lemur in Hannah Carlson that I've been thinking about colouring in Spirit Animals, or also in Grains of Gold. So here we have more raccoons, maybe? Probably. But these look like lotus, you know, or water lilies rather than... We've got like bushes here. Oh, baby. And it's night time, so I would immediately thought nice purpley sky background, like a violet, you know. Ooh. I'm thinking chimpanzee. We have a lot of bits and bobs there as well. Maybe I won't tell you what they are, so you can spot them for yourself if you want to. And interestingly, in this picture where we have the bears, we have all sorts of little crystals. I'd say like quartz, probably. Now we have a mixture of things on this page, so there's, you know, you can choose different items, do a little bit at a time, or just tackle the whole page in one go. So sometimes people prefer just a little bit. I do too. Here's another symmetrical piece. Oh, tigers. And we've got nice water. I like doing lily pads and lilies, so that's going to be a good one to do. They look very relaxed and not at all scary. But I think if I was actually really there, I might not be feeling so relaxed. These are cute. I don't know what these are. I'm thinking maybe they're weasels, ferret, something like that. I don't really know. Oh, it's a moose. I think. There's lots and lots of flowers here, so can be really colourful here and maybe less so here, you know. That could be interesting to do. Now we have a selection of birds. I'm thinking red cardinal, parakeet. Yeah, this may be the kingfisher kookaburra type bird we've had before. Don't know. But we've got a circular design, so you can put something in there if you can draw. I can't, I'll probably just leave it empty. And we have a, oh, this is, yeah, this is, I'm No, this isn't a double either. I thought it was, and I convinced myself, and then I realised it wasn't. This is a toucan, and we have a sort of chameleon, I'm thinking, rather than just a lizard. Don't know. We have a lovely pair of parrots there. Not sure what you are. Like a dinosaur. Probably a lizard. Some cute little babies again. Oh. And this again, I'm thinking cheetah, leopard, not sure which. But again, we have a nice frame with a floral border, which I think will be fun to do. I like doing those. And a selection of different bugs, all sorts of different types. I like doing them in jewel type colours rather than trying to make them look realistic, because obviously this one has got flowers on, so it's not realistic. But I think it's, I'm sure they're based on different ones. I've seen, you know, it looks like a stag beetle and things like ladybirds and things like that. But you can do them, or sometimes doing a sort of rainbow is quite a good thing to do. So we have a strawberry page with some hungry looking mice. Whereas here we have a circle design. So we have a stag, butterfly, fox and squirrel. That's fun. Lots of florals. And we have a, so this is a wolf howling at the moon. Apparently they don't do that, but I don't know. A hare. And this one is one of the more simpler type pages. So if you want something with a bit less detail, there's that one, which he looks very fine, I think. Koala and baby, very cute. Again, it's a little bit simpler. Like it. And we've got another one in a frame here with the squirrel. Looks like we've got some daffodils. But again, I like the simplicity of those. But here we have, I'm saying great tits from the markings on their faces, making a nest, but I've already got the eggs. It's quite a big nest for the little birds, but I've never seen a nest. A little lizard there though. Didn't get those. Don't really get them in this country, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. But not cute anyway, nevertheless. And these, oh, what are these? Oh, are they chipmunks or no? What are those things? No, can't think. Anyway, furry and cute anyway. And this one's a symmetrical design again. Oh, it's Christmas. So that's going to be good. Let's save that one till December. We have all the animals around the tree. Oh, let's put something on. Got all the decorations. It's quite fine detail on that one, but I find that you need to use a pencil that keeps its point well, that, you know, doesn't need millions of sharpening, and if you keep to a limited colour palette with the decorations, I find that makes it easier. This one's cute. Raccoon maybe? And there's lots of birds too. Oh, sweet. I'm salamander? Maybe that's what was in the other one. We get those, like newts, but they're in the water. Anyways, it could be in any country, couldn't it? I like the mossy tree. I like colouring. I love moss, but I don't know if I've coloured moss before. So it's going to be a different thing to do. I look forward to that. We have the stag and the deer. Oh, and another one there. I like these trees as well. Pretty. Oh, I'm back to a wild cat of some description. And going into a log or a branch or a fallen tree, something like that, I'm thinking. Oh, it's nice. And we have another baby. What's that? Don't know. So it's its leg or arm. Is it a lemur? It is, isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah, that's why they're getting a bit. Oh, Oh, a snake. I like this page. Oh, the sun has come out, I've just noticed. Hang on a minute. Has it been out a while? I've only just noticed. I'm just going to unclose the blind, or else you won't be able to properly see. I thought it was about to rain. There we go. Oh, my bookmark's rolling away. Did you like my bookmark? So we have a mushroomy toadstool page, so that's rather fun, rather nice indeed. Okay, now owl. It's a night scene. I think it could be quite dramatic, that one, as the owl could make it look a little bit scary. We have this sort of wild cat, but there's snowdrops. These look more like tigers. There's plenty of florals, I think, which is rather a good thing, because I do like colouring the florals. I'm not necessarily going to expect to see lots in a forest book, or animals of the forest book, but I've got no idea what that is. But look at the tail. I'm thinking it must be a fox, because of that tail and the socks. I don't want that view out of my window. I mean, it would be quite magnificent, but scary. Wow. I'll just have my cup of tea and casually watch the tiger in the garden. Wow. Oh, that one's pretty. She's in the water. It's a little waterfall as well. Nice. This looks like a woodpecker to me. So lots of really pretty florals as well. And a tiger peering out for them, some florals. I think hair could be done as a rabbit, and we've got a couple of frames on this one, so I'm not sure if those are, no, those aren't poking under the frame, it's a separate bit, so like that. Now again, maybe raccoon. We have a lot of moss again here to colour, which is fun, and a lovely big flower there, like that. Oh, we have a hat and a mouse. That'd be so cute. That's so cute. And another giant panda, look, with some bamboo. Look, we've got a sun behind. It could be a moon, I suppose, but I think sun seems more likely somehow because of the clouds. Although there are clouds at night, they're much harder to see, especially ones here, unless that's hills. I don't know. Anyway, I have a parrot. Let's move to the parrot. We have some fuchsias. I like fuchsias, and they're fun to colour because you can pick such pretty pinks and purples, violets for them. And we have a stag, squirrel, bird, fox, badger, rabbit. There's a lot going on in that one. Little toadstools. I like the way the trees frame the picture on that one. And this one we have a gorilla, but being really gentle with that butterfly look. There is a snake. I'm going to pretend I haven't seen it. Sometimes there is one like that in a picture, and I start the picture and then I'm like, ooh. Ah, this is the bit at the end. They have this in the other book that I have, where you can make sort of cards or something. Oh, it's like a little diary maybe, or you can write something on the back. In the other one there were bookmarks. I don't know if they're going to be bookmarks in this one. That's the little cute one with the guitar and the bicycle. Okay. How would you choose which ones are? So these are gift labels, so the idea is you colour this in and then you cut it into bits and use the different bits as a gift label. I wonder if they've positioned it right, so you've got like or if you get half a cat's face. I'm not sure. Yeah, that one, same. And this one, sleepy koala. And then these, these are the bookmarks. So you colour it and then cut it out and fold it in half. You've got a bookmark. excuse me, and they've chosen those. So that's really lovely. So I want to say firstly thank you to Gia, who sent me this book. It's lovely, and I'm going to do a little bit of colouring. I've just got to choose a picture. Actually, I need some paper to go behind the page, so hold on a moment. Right, I've picked a page and I've put some lined paper in there because I couldn't find anything else quickly. I just hope that it doesn't I don't think the ink will transfer off the lined paper, but it doesn't usually. I'm using my Polycolors. I just thought it'd be different, and I think they sharpen quite well. And I picked this simpler picture. I'm not going to colour all of it because obviously this video is already quite long, but I thought I might just do sort of this little bit. So let's start with the stem. Let's grab a darkish colour for the edge. I'm just going to grab this one. This is number 27. I've got my colour name somewhere. I'm just going to sharpen it while I look it up for you. Of course, it's on the back of my piece of paper. It's the dark olive green. Decided to do a sort of olivey border. Let's come in a bit closer. There we go. So I'm going to use this one, as I say, 27. Now, if you don't catch the colour names or numbers, I do write them in the description. I try to remember to always write them in for you so that you can grab them before I start if you want. I find that quite useful. Chris Cheng used to do that. She used to put them all in her description, so I used to grab them all first and have them on the table because she used Prismas, and at the time, well, I do have Prismas now, but I didn't have them for a while. This is the 25, which is on the other side of the page, the meadow green I'm going to use. So because she, I didn't have Prismas, I would convert the numbers and write myself a little list of which ones were which, equivalents sort of thing, and then I could follow quicker rather than having to pause, see what she was using, find my conversion chart. I used Colour with Claire's chart. So I've made one myself now, which is slightly different to hers. In hers, you convert both ways, from Prisma to Poly and Poly to Prisma, which is very useful, but she only includes the colours that are really close, which, you know, that's fair enough. But when I'm doing a Chris Cheng with my polys, I wanted an equivalent colour for everything. So I decided to do my own chart with an equivalent colour for every one. I'm going to grab this 22, which is on the other side of my list. It's either spring green, oh hang on, no, it's yellowish green or bice green. They change names just to confuse us all and make it a little bit lighter in the centre, but I might just go over all of it, try and blend it up a bit. These don't layer as much as some other brands, but yeah, I still like them. I'm going to grab that darker one again, the dark olive green. Just try and blend that in a bit. It's a bit too dark on the edge. So yeah, I really like them, but they don't quite, you know, they're a cheaper brand, but I like the colours a lot and I find them fun to work with. Right, we have our flower. Now I'm thinking with these olive greens, I rather like an orange. I think I am going to use, let me see, where should I start with the reddish orange? No, I think I'll use the Pyrrole Red, or Carmine as it's called, 170 for the very base of these large petals, because there's a lot of space here to work with. We can spread our colours. Now I want to fade it up so that it will blend nicely into the next one. And we always have to do this, whatever the quality or, you know, price of the pencils. If you don't, it won't blend as nicely. With something like a Prismacolor, you can blend and blend, you know, layer and sort of work it, and you can actually move the pencil around on the page quite a lot. So if I put a really thick bit here, I could possibly push it out with either a blender or another colour. But most pencils, it's tricky to do that, so it's better to just, you know, try and get a smooth transition. I'm not doing brilliantly, but yeah. Some people work very, very slowly, build up their layers really gently, and their work is absolutely beautiful, so precise. The transition from colour to colour is perfect. The layers are all very even, but I don't want to spend that long per item. You know, I like to, you know, get a finished picture. I think if I was doing a large page, this obviously isn't a huge page, and now is that a bit of the flower or a bit of the frog? I'm thinking flower. If I was doing a huge page, it would take so long to finish a page. I would get bored of the page. As much as I love the pages that I colour, I think I would just, you know, I just tend to get to a point where I want ready to finish the page. And if, I'll make that quite dark in there, if it took me so long, I think that would happen sooner. So I would have one really precise little bit, and then the rest would be rushed and finished. It would look terrible. This is number 5, which is the reddish orange / orange. I'm going to go all the way over the whole bit that I've done already. And you can see how it blends all together, and then lighter touch towards the top when we're going to add in our next colour. You can see how that's smudged a little bit. Some pencils do smudge more than others. It's always good to use a brush rather than your finger to brush away any debris because of that. But you can erase smudges, and you can also put in a background. Some people just put a background in because to cover up the smudges, and with this sort of picture you could potentially get a black Posca and just pop a black background in, and you wouldn't see them. Any Posca pen covers up, acrylic pens cover up. Well, that's interesting. My niece's boyfriend is allergic to acrylic paint. I guess that would be the Posca pen he would struggle with. He's not too bad if he breathes it, but if he gets it on his skin, he reacts to it, he said. Lucky I'm not allergic to anything like that. I don't really have... I do have allergies, I think, but I don't know what to. They're not that bad. It's not, yeah, because I get, my nose can sometimes sort of swell inside, and I think it might be more dust or like mould, things like that. I get it more in the winter, see, in the house. I'm thinking I should have put a red bit in there. I'm just going to sharpen the red. I can't remember what the best sharpener is for these. I think I haven't been using, it looks like I've been using this one, the Staedtler. I use this, a lot of people ask me what I use, Staedtler Noris Club, because it's, I agree that it isn't as good as other sharpeners. The Dow 133, I think it is, someone sent me, it's brilliant. But on a video it takes time to sharpen and it's noisy. So I tend to use this one. Now I've got a choice now. I could go to apricot-y type colour, or I think I'm not though. I think I'm going to go to this one, which is 557. It's called tangerine orange, but for me that's a yellowy orange. I think tangerines are a little bit darker than that, but hey, colour names, they are fun, and I don't always agree with them. I was swatching out some Staedtler, and there was a Hooker's Green, and it was blue. I swear it was blue. It was called Hooker's Green, but it just, I mean, it was greeny blue. It wasn't like, you know, cobalt blue or, you know, like Delft blue or indigo. It was a greeny blue, but it definitely to me looked blue. But, you know, they called it Hooker's Green. But it would darken greens really nicely, but I just wouldn't colour a leaf just that colour, because for me it just didn't look like it would work. Now frog colour I'm starting to think of as I'm colouring this. I often like to do my frogs green. A lot of them are, but obviously they're not always. There's a place I go to where we look at frogs quite a bit. That should be quite dark, that bit, shouldn't it? I'm grabbing the Pyrrole red. Or is, no, it's a bit of that, isn't it? No, that is right. The frogs there are blue ones with black spots. The poison dart ones are yellow and things like that. The milk frogs are a sort of whitish, greyish green sort of thing. The common frogs and toads, which are the British ones, they look more brown, browny greens. So we've got a lot of choice. These look quite like tree frogs to me, and tree frogs are a brighter green. I'm just looking at the greens that we've got. I think we could use that one. I'm rather liking the idea of doing it green. So this is number 23, which is the spring green or May green. I think it might work quite well. I just can see all the bits that I've missed. The end there. There we go. Okay, let's go back to this one and do our frog. Now, what have we got by way of a darker green? I think I'm going to do a light layer. I'm not going to press too hard because I want to add in some dark. So I think I'll just put a light layer of this. I'm wondering about those eyes. Do I colour those or leave them white? No, they wouldn't be white, would they? Now, if I wasn't on video, I would look this up. I'm trying to think, what colour? Would they be red? I think that'd be a bit spooky. I'm thinking maybe yellow. Reds. If I was doing red pads there, I might do red eyes and red lips, but as I'm not, I'm just going to keep this quite green. I think I might do the yellow. I'm going to grab the dark green. I think this is the dark green. Just checking. 26, yeah, dark green. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't the bluey green because I don't want that really. Might be a little bit. Now this is really uneven because I'm going to go back over it again in a minute. But I want to mark in my dark green. I'm thinking at the bottom of there. And under there, just thinking about where there might be some shadows, really. And then we've got some marked here. I need to fade that out a bit, like that. Maybe a bit under here. There we go. I think it's such a cute little face. This one looks older and wiser. Oh, you can't see. Oh, you can. No one there. Now I'm thinking maybe under here. A bit there. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just sort of thinking about where there might be shadow. Right, I think I'll leave it there and go back to my 23, the spring green May green colour. Give it a sharpen and then just go back over, darken it up and sort of blend in these darker areas a little bit. So I'm thinking here with the body, you know, I can go quite hard here, but as we get towards the middle, maybe a bit lighter. Just blending it all together. Looks quite comfortable sitting in a flower. I'm not sure it would take my weight. I don't think there are any flowers big enough for people to sit in, are there? That would be fabulous. Might just leave it a little bit paler in the middle. There we go. That's a bit messy. Now the eyes, as I said, yellow I think, but not bright. Oops, maybe this one. This looks like more of a lemon. 504. Yes, this is the lemon yellow. I'm just going to sharpen because I don't want to go out of the lines. I don't think it will show up necessarily that much. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to be like really bright, like as if it was red or anything. There we are. Okay, there is our frog. I am going to finish the page, but I'm going to leave that there for now because I've gone on for quite a long time. I'm running out of voice and I need a coffee. To be honest, I also need to go shopping before it thunders. It's supposed to be having storms, so yeah. There's quite a lot of motivation for wrapping it up right here, but I will share a completed picture of this page. It may not be at the end of this video, but I will share one at some point, whether it's in my completed pages at the end of the month or on my, well, it will definitely be there, but I might pop it on my Facebook page as well, and on Instagram. So assuming you follow me in those places, but hopefully you'll see it at some point. But yeah, really liking the paper, same as in the other books in this series, which is really good. And yeah, so thank you to Gia again, and thank you all for watching. Hope you have a fabulous day and happy colouring.